the guy thinks he's cool, but he sounds like a giant tool. He calls himself the Toxic Lord. He'll ramble on and make you bored. He rambles the fuck on. Welcome to the Low Bar Show. They have no knowledge to bestow. We hope that you can stay away, 'cause this stream is probably a mistake. Welcome to the Low Bar Show. Woo! Whoa, to the Low Bar Show.
In my world, you're well regarded.
Boy, I'd be very, very careful with showing trailer footage for Deadpool because every goddamn trailer had that freaking Madonna song.
Yeah, it did.
So, hey guys, welcome. And also, I am streaming to Twitter because I officially got verified. Want to try it for a month, but
Ooh, fancy pants.
but yeah. So I did apologize to RRTNZ and Nick's one because, like I said, late in the sense that we would have been earlier, but again, it's just like freaking time zones, fucking 45 minutes of trailers. I'm like, look, show me. But by the time this movie started, I'm already eating the fucking popcorn. It's done. Like,
Oh,
damn
I
it.
know, right?
Jesus
And
Christ.
Bluecollar and I, just so you guys know, we are not living together in a
That's-
gay. Oh, cool shirt. Who
Yeah.
got that for you?
Some asshole, but
Some asshole guy.
it's
Oh,
okay.
what a does
believe in yourself. Yeah,
believe in yourself.
it makes my arms
It
look
looks
good.
good
I
on
love
you.
that. Yeah,
I was worried it was gonna be, but I know you've been working out, so I knew you'd fill it out.
yeah.
You sexy muffin, you.
Anybody?
But yeah,
who's-
Blue Collar and I live in two different states. In case you don't already know,
Yeah.
he's in New York. I'm in Kansas. So we have to kind of jump through our assholes a little bit to make these things happen. And we're both, as the saying goes, blue collar workers, and it's
Yeah.
not always easy. But
Plus,
anywho,
plus our friend Vex actually wanted to join us. She caught the exact same hour as you. Her screening got shut down from technical
oh
issues.
no,
So she has to go see a screening 2 hours late. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, Vex.
Oh,
She really
that
wanted to
sucks.
hop on with us. So
oh yeah, it's always a better stream when you have a nice pair of tits. So
exactly,
at least we have yours. So there's that.
These are nice, but so anybody watching live, of course, RRT and Z Knicks, but anybody who watches this late because replays are a thing. Listen, the bottom line is, me and Lord Toxic, we will talk as long as we can. And of course, everybody will get a very healthy this thing right here because come on, we know what kind of movie this is, and we're not going to spoil the film for you guys. We'll give you some time to, if you want to turn the stream off when we get there, we'll let you know because obviously this is by all counts possibly the biggest movie of the year, and fucking 95% spoilers and cameos. And you guys know it walking in, but some people can't see this tonight or tomorrow. I got friends who are going to see it on Sunday, so we'll give our review. And before we talk about the cameos, which they are there, you'll get this. Trust me. But yes, now Lord Talks, this. Sorry, man. I love promote Regal. I do every time I can.
Yeah, we do.
However, in Saratoga, New York, and he had a big thing. It said limit one per customer. I'm sorry, Regal, but only AMC had this right here. So fucking
no, you. How dare you?
Hey, look,
how dare you?
Designed by Deadpool, right? It says can also be used for popcorn. And of course, he had to make the Wolverine. I like when guys say online, "Do you plan on using this thing?" Look, I'm not Enzo. Okay, have you seen the size of his fucking mouth?
Yeah,
this is not made for mortal men.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so
it's something we could all aspire to.
Yeah,
one way or the other.
And so it also came with this too. So the Wolverine action figure on there.
Oh,
and of course they had to put it on the back like Marvel Studios, like to let you know Marvel's making this, not Fox.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah.
And
but how did you get your ticket, Blue Collar?
I I just had to go there and pay with my debit card. So
Really?
yeah, I mean, when there is an AMC basically like alternative to Regal. Thing is, AMC I never use them. I mean, there's only one AMC
Yeah.
theater. It was about a 40-minute drive. The Deadpool one is cute. It's like a Deadpool little fucking helmet right here. It spins,
Oh, cool.
and of course popcorn bucket right there. But the best thing is check out the fucking soda tin. Look, it says buy me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean these things were fucking expensive, but yeah, so that's the infamous. Sorry, Regal, but AMC's got the popcorn tins, man. I had to go where the popcorn tins, dude. I'm already checking right now. This is my 7:45 at night. I'm seeing people on eBay, no bullshit, selling these things for $200 fucking dollars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why my AMC had a big sign said limit one per customer, so one for me, one for my kid. And I'm like, that's
Wow.
great. I mean, people, movies just came out. You're selling $200 fucking popcorn buckets. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, man.
But Regal app, I want you guys to know that we are still staunch supporters of
Oh, yeah.
you.
I'm gonna go see this a second time with my Regal app. You know,
we do. I used my Regal app, and we are going to continue to try to get you as our sponsor. So fear not, Regal app. We are still staunch supporters.
Yeah. No, 100%. Like I said, I mean, just like, because these are like these collectibles. Once they're gone, they're gone. And again, I love Wolverine, Deadpool. I'm not paying $100 fucking dollars for a popcorn bucket. You know what? I could pay $25 in person. So,
All right, let's get this. Let's
Toxic.
get this show on the road.
So let's see. Well, boy, what do we say? So the biggest film of the year by all accounts, and well, there is a plot. I figured anything we talk about has already been discussed in trailers, depending on the trailer you saw. But
Yeah, you want me to do it?
yeah, I mean, and of course, I will show. Well, I mean, I'll show some pictures. I'll look them up, and everybody knows the biggest thing was after Hugh Jackman and Logan was his final outing as Logan. No one expected him to come back. The biggest, appeal is, hey, look, guys, Hugh Jackman came back for Wolverine. That's what everybody's talking about. So, anything you want to add? Let's see.
Yeah, so the basic storyline for the uninitiated, or maybe you just don't know, this is the third in the Deadpool series. It's the first in this crossover series, but I think it's like the fourth or fifth in this multiversal shenanigans that they've been doing, starting with, to a lesser degree, Endgame, then moving into Loki, then moving into Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange. So it's kind of become this all-purpose save-it-all for the MCU as far as bringing people in, and to a lesser degree they tried to do it with the Flash multiverse bullshit that we're subjected to last year.
Yeah,
I want to say this. I want to do it like an elephant in the room. Okay, so if you're not a comic book fan, you didn't grow up with comic books, this is going to seem strange to you. But
yeah,
for those of us who are comic nerds, as I was as a child before I discovered girls and sports and boobs, in the comic book world, they totally use the dead hero trope coming back, both in DC and Marvel.
all the time.
There's like a running joke in Marvel of nobody really dies, and when you come back, there's even more of you. So that's a constant trope. It's not like they're. So if you're one of those people that are, well, actually, it's not supposed to be that way. Actually, yes, it is. Okay, so am I saying that it works as well on the big screen or even on the small screen? No, I'm not saying that, but I am saying that this is a time-honored tradition that's been going on for 40 or 50 years with comics, where people die, characters die, and they bring them right back, or a variation of them. So I understand there's been lots of YouTubers that are talking about that. They're sick of the trope. It in some ways belittles the sacrifice that you get, and I don't disagree with that theory. What I am saying is that what you need to understand is this is something that's always been used. Is Feige and company and his team and MCU, and to a lesser degree DC, using it in a self-serving way? Yeah, of course they are, but it's not something that isn't well established in the lore. Yes. That said, I feel, and I'll get more into this as when we go to the spoilers section, I feel this movie was able to make it feel earned. They didn't just throw out, you weren't subjected to 10 minutes of, random CGI stand-in characters that just appear on the sides and jingle those member berry keys at you. Yeah. It's actually stuff that's fleshed out and, in my opinion, earned. Now, you might not agree with that, and that's fine if you don't. Apparently we already have one person that doesn't think so. And that's fine. You don't agree? You don't like it? That's totally fine.
Yeah.
However, the multiverse TVA, and if you're not familiar, the TVA, the time variant agency.
Yeah, they're from the Loki TV show, which
they're from the Loki TV show.
I mean, you don't technically you don't have to watch Loki TV show to know what they are, but also remember, guys, this is the third Deadpool movie. This is the 46th Marvel movie. At this point, I mean, you can't walk into this film like I've never seen a comic book movie before. Well, then you're fucked.
Yeah, if this is your introduction to MCU and comic book movies, I definitely do not think that you made a good choice there. But that said, so they utilize that is the main thing. They've got a time stream to a lesser degree. Maybe he just popped up on the radar for the things that he did in Deadpool 2 when he had Cable's time gear.
Yes.
But really that's brushed aside, and they want to talk about a main character who is quote unquote the anchor for a specific universe. I think DC kind of does this better with all the different DC universes. Every time they've done one of those mixed universe things, the crossover things. But at the end of the day, they didn't do a bad job with it here. So, and of course, we bring our Merc with the mouth in on it. They want to make him an agent, not the anchor, but an agent of helping his particular timeline, which I guess we would call it the Fox timeline for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
He is going to be the almost a catalyst for its destruction. And then, of course, he doesn't want that because he's got his pseudo family, which is well established at the beginning of the movie. And, Wade Deadpool has got to go in and try to rescue a version of Logan so that his timeline can have an anchor. Maybe our timeline. I'm not really sure whose timeline is what. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's all wibbly wobbly time BYB type stuff. It doesn't matter. What matters is his universe is going to get expunged. He wants to try to save it because of the people that are in it. He needs Logan's help. That's the basic premise of the movie.
Yeah, I'd say well said. Just some factoids for people in case they weren't sure. So Logan, Hugh Jackman's final performance was 2017. So it's been 7 years. Deadpool 2 came out 2 years after Deadpool. Deadpool 2 came out in 2018. So it's been about 6 years now. And usually they don't wait this long to make a third film, but the problem is licensing and Fox, things like that. And yeah, like you're saying, like Ryan Reynolds said this a year ago, him and Hugh Jackman, like, listen, Logan exists. We understand Logan. We both watched it. We're fans. We're not racing timelines. We're not bringing people back from the dead. Okay, what do you do then? Well, listen, the multiverse is here. Love it or hate it. We've proven that in Spider-Man No Way Home, a multiverse could work. It's actually possible. But then The Flash proves that multiverses don't always work. So it depends on how you do it. How do you bring Hugh Jackman back? Yes, the TV, yes, the multiverse does exist. Okay, it's there. We can't fucking avoid it, man. So you bring Hugh Jackman back. By not being like, I guess, with the Fox Wolverine, the fucking Wolverine that passed away, this is just a variant version, and that's how you bring him into to Deadpool's universe, basically. Hey, buddy. The real thanks, Richard. Always the real question is, who did Chuck Norris play in the film? The answer is no one. I won't bother.
Hey, hail to the chat. We're gonna go ahead. We're not ignoring you guys, but we do kind of have to speed through this thing. We will say our highs and thank you for popping in. If there's a serious question, we'll try to address it, but we got to get this thing cranking out. We can't make this one. Well
said. The short version, like Wes said, the TVA, they bring Deadpool in and say, listen, okay, you're we need you to be a time bandit, a worker for the TVA, and his universe is in peril. The trailers show you this stuff. They show you like the Mad Max stuff going on, these big things. I mean, they do reference some stuff to Loki because you can't fucking avoid it, but it's there in spurts. So you don't have to watch a single episode of Loki to understand what the TVA is. They explain very briefly what the TVA is. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what they are. They show different universes. They showed a multiverse and said Deadpool existed in the Fox universe. Now we see in the trailers, he sees the Avengers. He sees like Thor. He sees Iron Man. This is no longer a Fox franchise. Deadpool isn't. Now he is technically part of the MCU. That's the point of the fucking TVA. That's how you bring mutants into into MCU is multiverses. You have to.
Agreed.
And that's the basic fucking plot is yes, what, and you can see in the fucking trailers, this is not, this is not the Fox Logan. This is a different Logan. This Logan is more of a fuck up. It's right there in the trailer. He's never met Deadpool. These two don't like each other. He's obviously wearing the traditional yellow suit, and of course, I mean, it's not even spoilers. It's just small jokes get made. I mean, okay, he's wearing a yellow suit. Deadpool, even in the trailer, says, "Hey, he's finally wearing the yellow suit." Oh, it took 25 years for it to happen. Things like
Yeah.
that. It is, and like any Deadpool film, it's very self-aware. I guess I'll let you take over in a second. I would say a year ago when this was announced, like many people, I'm sure you as well, Lord Toxic, I was worried about, okay, now it's part of Marvel. How woke is it going to be? How girl boss is it going to be? Will fucking Kevin Feige let Ryan Reynolds be his usual self? Can he crack a Marvel? Can he have the same R-rated violence? Because Deadpool 1 and 2 are R-rated films, and they're pretty raunchy with humor. I can say firsthand that the jokes, I'm shocked as fuck to say this because no one expected it. I'm shocked that Ryan Reynolds got away with this many fucking jokes. He's jabbing at Marvel. He's jabbing at Kevin Feige. He's jabbing at fucking Fox. He's throwing fucking just everything he can. The fact that this many jokes got allowed by Kevin Feige, I'm like, it gives me some hope that maybe Kevin Feige's not an asshole, because Ryan Reynolds has no problem roasting the shit out of Marvel. He roasts the shit out of timelines. He roasts the shit out of reboots. He just goes after fucking everything. And I have to hand him credit for that. In terms of R rating, yes, it's Logan's got claws. He will decapitate guys. You're gonna see fucking limbs flying. Like, this is a brutal, hard R rated film. And coming from Marvel, nobody expected this like to be as gory as it was. People were worried that Deadpool will be PG-13 and toned down. No, this is just as gory as Deadpool 1 and 2, if not maybe more gory.
I would say it's probably more gory. Yeah, I would say it's probably, you could make an argument it's gorier than 1 and 2 combined. Really,
yeah.
I might even make a comment. It's if you take the first 2 Deadpool movies and Logan and take all of the gore and action from those and like make a hodgepodge mishmash of them, I think this is pretty close.
Yeah, I would definitely, and people worried about the term "the message" and fucking woke. No, I can say firsthand,
none of that.
None of that. It's like there's no fucking super female protagonist coming over and like embarrassing Wolverine and Deadpool. This truly is Wolverine and Deadpool's film, and
yep.
I mean that's basically all we can fucking say, is that I will give them all the credit in the world, where I think that, when he's not breaking the fourth wall and doing jokes, just like the first 2 Deadpool films. The first 2 Deadpool films has a couple of good scenes between Wade and Vanessa. There's some serious moments. I think Hugh Jackman, him playing Logan, this version of Logan, this is a more serious Logan than we've seen before, and it's in the trailers. His universe, he's a total fuck up. And they play on that more often than you may think, that this he's pretty traumatized by how much of a failure he is in his universe. But they don't bring him into the franchise in some stupid cheap way. In terms of the storyline, bringing this Logan into Deadpool's world makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely a well thought out premise. It's not a Flashpoint, whatever that movie was called, where they're just like, hey, is that what it was called? Where they just say, hey, let's just grab Supergirl and just throw her in here. Hey, let's just get Zod and throw him in here. Hey, you know what? Remember that failed movie of where they were going to have Nick Cage play Superman? Let's just have him there, and let's just throw that stuff out there in like a CGI image and the 1940s Superman. Let's just throw him up there. No, it's none of that. It's well fleshed out. It's well done. I'll probably get to that when we're in the spoiler section when I talk about my complaints. But I mean, there's stuff that happens, so much of it, your eyes can't really even feast on it. And the logic behind it, it's not overly convoluted, Skybeam, let's save the world from incoming, whatever. It makes sense. I don't have an issue. Oh, hey, if you're in the chat, please don't spoil until we throw up our spoil, please, if you would, if you're in the chat. I know I said I was going to ignore you guys for a minute while we talked, but if you could please don't put until we put our spoiler warning up, just in case somebody's watching this live. Yeah,
and again, too, like Melvin, like I said, when it comes to comedy's different for everybody. I know, like, gag after gag. Even the first 2 Deadpool films, some people didn't like them for the comedy. I appreciate Ryan Reynolds' comedy, and like we said on YouTube, the cocaine fucking jokes and the fourth wall breaking. I did like the comedy that said he's throwing fucking jabs at the reboots. He's throwing fucking jabs about Hugh Jackman wearing wearing the iconic suit. He's just like, you know, even small things like, what was it? The TVA guys. Hey, he's like, so when you're sleeping, you sold yourself. I wasn't sleeping. Or like,
Yeah.
even like the pagan joke. He goes, he had the guys had the glow sticks because you go get Deadpool. He goes, listen. He's like, listen, I'm not new to fucking pagan, but Disney is.
Yeah. I also like,
I like it.
on that note, I like the fact that one of the biggest issues that I usually have with films, I know you and I have complained about this a lot, is that, you know, the trailers give too much away. I think the trailers with this did an admirable job. Maybe not quite to the level of what Spider-Man No Way Home did, but pretty
Yeah,
close.
the past
Did an
two
admirable.
trailers I didn't like because they showed two characters that I would have preferred not knowing they're in it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's in the I say I won't mention trailers, but like the first trailer was the best one. They're showing too much. I mean, I don't mind them showing Dogpool, like a little fucking dog with a big floppy tongue, but they showed two characters recently, and in the trailers, my God, stop doing that shit, man.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't think they went too far though with the amount of stuff they could have spoiled and
Yeah,
shown. I still, you know, it still grabbed my attention, and I was still trying to be like, okay, I see what they're doing with this, and I had my
yeah,
preconceived notions going into the film, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it, I understand what's happening here. It's something that kind of pulled me along.
yeah,
I like that. I like the pacing of the movie. I like how they did it. I was a little worried, you know, of the settings and stuff like that. But I did like what they finally decided to do with it. And for the, you know, I don't know. I did not see Loki. Okay, so I don't know anything about it. All
yeah,
I know of Loki is what I've seen of other YouTubers talking about Loki, and like,
yeah,
you know, heavy spoiler show. Listening to him talk about Loki, I have the general premise down of what Loki is. I have no real desire to watch it. I think they, to a certain degree, and I'll get more into this in the spoiler section. I think they've kind of tied that one off a bit. And if
yeah,
that is the case, I hope that's the case. And either way, I was not annoyed with it. I don't like. I know I preface this by saying, yes, the comic books have a thing about just resurrecting characters and yada, yada, yada.
yeah,
And the device that they're using for this is that, you know, timey-wimey, wimbly-wombly thing that they do with the multiverse. But I don't think it was used incorrectly. And I think if you're gonna use it, it
yeah,
has to be so meta. And who else can be meta except for Deadpool or Fleabag if you watch that show? So,
yeah,
like, you know, if you're gonna have a meta thing, a wink wink at the audience, a literal one in the case of this movie, because he does do that. If you're gonna do that, you got to have a Deadpool character.
yeah,
You know, you have to bring Deadpool into it. So yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think like what not even we're getting spoils it, but honestly, do probably kill 2 or 3 minutes. I will say because you've already anybody's watched Deadpool 1 and 2, you know the characters of Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, and
yes,
Colossus. My
yes,
main, I would say a minor spoiler. It's not really a big spoiler, but I will say that Colossus part one, he obviously fights Gina Carano, and part two, he fought fucking Juggernaut, which I like that scene. I do admit
uh-huh.
Colossus and Negasonic, they are there, but I do admit they're this is a Deadpool and Wolverine film. Bottom line,
Oh yeah, for
that's what I'm
sure.
saying.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's definitely I wouldn't say complaint for me, but it's definitely noticeable that I do wish that I get why they're showing so much people love Hugh Jackman, and these two bounce off each other so fucking well. But
Yes,
I do
yes,
admit I wish we would have gotten more airtime from Negasonic and Colossus compared to the first two films, and I don't think that's not really a spoiler. It's just like that's
yeah,
my main complaint if I had to make one about this movie. It's
yeah,
like they're there, and of course in Vanessa, the driving force of Deadpool 1 and 2 is Vanessa.
yeah,
In the trailers, she's there definitely, but in comparison to the first two films, it just said these two are 99% of the fucking movie. They all have a couple scenes. I just wish they would have had more scenes.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think we might be best served, like we talked about in the green room, if we do our ratings first and then go into the
Yeah.
spoilers.
Yeah, because honestly, guys, like I said, 26 minutes in, and that's the fucking basic plot. Deadpool needs Wolverine to help him save the multiverse. That's
Yep,
I mean, what it
yep,
was. That's all we can say without spoiling
yep,
it. And like I said, we're gonna rate this. We'll give our fucking ratings, and I'll put a big in case you're watching the replays. I will put a big massive spoiler warning in case you guys want to know. And
yep.
that's it for me. So I'll let you go first. Number one, did you like it, dude?
I loved it. I loved it. Best movie I've seen all year.
Also, yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting. I keep doing the fucking old questions. Shit, sorry.
It's okay. It's
Yeah, no.
okay.
God damn it. But well, it's the same premise though. So did you like it? Yeah. I'll pull up the questions next stream.
You should delete that one. Then you know
I
you need to
I
delete that from
know.
the timeline. Rip it from the
Give me
timeline.
a second. I know, really. Hold on. 'Cause I noticed when I was doing my one review, I'm like, wait a second, why do I have the old questions up here for? But there are new questions.
Since I'm running my my dick sucker, I will say that I like this. This made me remember what it is that I like about going back to the movies.
There we go.
My biggest joy with going
There.
to the movies recently is seeing you know, stuff like Chinatown come back in the theater, Godfather. This is like one of those things that it made me remember how much fun summer popcorn movies is.
Okay, exactly.
So
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like
I don't know. I've never seen the Alkalate, but I'd be
Yeah.
willing to bet yes. Should you see it? Do I think that you should see it? Yes, I think you should see it, and I think you should re-see it. I think this is one of those things that's going to take, like Endgame, it's going to take multiple viewings because your eyes just can't absorb all the things that you're seeing. And looking on IMDb right now, double checking my work because it was too dark for me to have my notepad, and I had to just make notes on my phone while I was watching this.
Yeah.
The people that are in the people that pop up, they're the same people. It's shocking that they did that. And then when they don't, it's actually funny and they address it. So yeah, I think you should see it. I think you should see it as many times as you possibly can. I think I can't wait to have this at home so that I can sit and slow it down and rewatch it. But I would not wait for it's so much fun watching it at the big screen, getting to laugh and cheer with everybody. Now this is more Chris's question. He didn't pay for it. Should you? He actually did pay for this one because he went rogue and didn't do his Regal app. But yes, I paid for it. I get a discount. I have the Regal app. And yeah, you do that, buddy. Yeah, I think you should pay for it. I think we need to send a clear message to the corporate people, like, this is what we want. We don't want your safe bullshit, watered down, message riddled, DEI hire, fucking, if you don't like it, you're an isterophobe bullshit movies or TV shows. We want balls to the walls, gross action, good character development, quippy jokes, but not at the wrong time, type stuff. So yeah, I think you should pay for it. I think this is one of the things, like, if you want to have an adventure with the kiddos this weekend, if they're not too young, then definitely, or go out with I think it's a great date movie. Yeah, I definitely, I'm gonna, just so you know, I'm gonna pay for it again, which if you can ask my partner here, I fucking never do. I never go and see movies repeatedly. I will go see this again as soon as I get a chance.
Nice. All right. Awesome. Number one, how do I feel about it? Like you, yes, I love this film. I love the first two Deadpool films, and if anybody doesn't like it, that's their preference. I respect that. And I said the biggest thing for me, and to anybody watching this, if you get a chance to see it, I was worried about, said a toned down Deadpool. This is not toned down, like you said, Lord Toxic. I would say this is on par, if not more so, than the first two films in terms of violence and gore. And Ryan Reynolds constantly, the fucking jokes and self-awareness was awesome. We'll get into spoilers later, but I did appreciate the actors that we do see on screen. And I do feel like the actors we do see on screen, they're not just like hi bye and just leave the movie. Some actors have some substantial airtime, which I did not expect, because I was worried about, like, how many actors we're going to see pop into the movie. Will they have one scene? Will they just say one word and leave? No, some people are in this film for a good amount of time, which I didn't see coming. So I do love it. I do think that, yeah, arguably, well, for me right now, I have loved my fair share of films this year. For me, it's my top film of the year, easily. Yep. And I definitely will go see it again with Regal. I'm still going to support you guys. But and I do think that in terms of my rating system as well, that I do think this is a good end to the trilogy, because this is, by all accounts, the end of Fox. Because now, remember, Fox started off with X-Men with Hugh Jackman in the first one. It went to eventually the First Class saga, to eventually, the Origins, and then to Deadpool. And Deadpool 3 is the official, well, Deadpool 2 technically is the official end of the Fox saga. So I think this will be the good way to end a trilogy, because that era is over. There's no more Fox comic book movies. So should you see it? Yeah, I mean, even number two, even avoiding spoilers, I think it won't be for everybody, but if you're a Deadpool fan, this is the movie for you. And I think that Hugh Jackman, it was great seeing these guys after 20 fucking years just team up together, and it's the buddy cop Marvel movie we've all wanted. And yeah, I recommend anybody go see it and probably see it a fucking second time. And by all accounts, Lord Toxic, I think they said the tracking estimates are like fucking 300 million over the weekend. Like the marketing, the insanity, the promotions is crazy. But
I think that actually might be a conservative estimate. Once
we'll
word
see.
of mouth gets out
Yeah.
about this, especially after we do our review, because I know
Yeah.
everybody listens to us. So,
But no, like you said, and usually because I have an app I'll pay for, this is the first film. This is the first film, Toxic, in 2024 I actually paid for.
wow.
So yes, did I pay for it? And I would pay to see it the fucking second time. It's hands down. It is it's worth seeing once. And hey guys, listen, we're realistic. You're just as blue collar as me. Money's important. If you have to go see a matinee, hey, listen, Regal has $5 Tuesdays. Well, by all accounts, if you can get through the spoilers over the weekend, hop in, spend $5, go fucking see a Tuesday $5 AMC or Regal on a Tuesday showing or matinee, and definitely it's worth seeing. Like I said, just for the action alone. So
100% agreed,
yeah.
my friend.
So we pull up the rating system. Stage. Oh, wrong one. First time doing this, huh? There you go, buddy. I mean, I already know what you're gonna. So we're Toxic. We do rate things in 3 ways: bad, okay, and awesome, top, middle, and bottom shelf. But
Yeah.
I know what you're gonna say. But how do you rate which technically it's not Deadpool 3, it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
I think it's still technically Deadpool 3 to
I
a
know,
certain degree.
But they purposely didn't want to call it Deadpool 3. It's actually the marketing is called Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a fish title for the film.
Yeah, and as well, that's fine. As well, that's fine. But
yeah,
it's definitely This is top shelf. This is top shelf Cristal. This is the best of the best. The tippity top. This is the kind of liquor that will make you forget all your troubles for a little while and bang that chubby girl that works at Starbucks that's been giving you the hairy eyeball when she makes your lattes because you're feeling so good about yourself, and you might even make you call her the next day. That's how good this liquor is.
Yeah.
This is the kind of liquor that makes you think that burning in your urethra when you pee might not be from some dreaded disease, but actually just from maybe exercising too hard. So yeah, this is that good liquor. This is that good liquor that almost it makes you feel good, and if you get taken advantage of while you're in a stupor, you don't even feel bad about it or want to press charges. That's how good this liquor is.
I could say one thing, Cav Scott, that I brought my son. We had 2 rows ahead of us a bunch of girls that maybe teenagers, 20s, and because of Ryan Reynolds, his star power, and Hugh Jackman, these females were laughing their fucking ass off. So I mean, I have 3 sisters, but both my sisters, my cousin, they all said, "Chris, how was it?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys, but at least my 2 sisters, and my cousin, they're all going tomorrow as well." So I do think that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have that much appeal. Like, there's no way this is doing $1 billion with only straight white males from 18 to 49 watching this shit.
We apologize, Cav Scout. He doesn't know how to pronounce that because he's a dirty pogue and doesn't know any better. But thank you for jumping in and joining us. But okay, go for it, baby.
No, see, honestly, what you said, top shelf. It's if I had the money, I'd buy a $50 bottle of liquor or some shit.
If this was liquor, I would replace my blood with it. That's how good it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's I think for both of us, we could say that it was worth the hype. And before we get into spoiler territory, like many people said, guys, if you watch this, will this save Marvel? Fuck no. Because also going into this film, I saw the trailer for the new Captain America film. This ain't saving shit. This is a one-off. Trust me.
I'm gonna say this might save Marvel. I'm going to give you a hot take. I disagree.
Okay.
I think this is going to save Marvel. I think Marvel has a chance if they see how well this does and they can re-correct themselves, give it a little time, tweak the shot group just a little bit. I think this might save Marvel.
Yeah. And last thing we'll say, I'm happy that it's 2024. Boy, we keep seeing these movies coming out where there's no political pandering. There's no fucking hidden messenger. It's just a buddy cop superhero film. That's
wokeness is coming to an end. There, pink hairs.
Yeah.
This is no longer the Gaberhood. This is the awesome hood. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. All right. So Lord Toxic, anybody watching this, listen, thank you very much for hanging out with us. We killed 36 minutes. If you want to, we'll give you a very healthy warning. If you want to end the stream, end the video, come back after you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, which we recommend. all counts. But I'll put up right there. You can't miss it. It's right fucking there, guys.
This is your warning,
I'll
fuckers.
I'll show it one more time because like the reason I'm doing this right now because me and Lord Toxic, we're not gonna make 4 or 5 fucking videos. We don't have the time.
Nope.
I'm doing one video on this movie. Just to let you guys fucking know, okay? So
yeah,
there you go.
Don't
right there.
exit stage left. Come back to this point in the stream. What is the timestamp in the stream?
37 minutes.
37 minutes in the stream, almost 40. Come back at 40 after you've seen the movie. Otherwise, you want to cry about it, get fucked, because we gave you plenty of fucking warning.
Exactly.
You're getting a lot more warning than I do to my conquests. When I decide to blast in them and I don't pull out like they told me to.
And if you notice, my headline, okay, now we're in spoiler territory. My headline doesn't say, hey guys, here's Henry Cavill, or hey guys, here's Jennifer Garner. It says low bar movie review. So you've had 40 minutes to filter out us talking about the cameos. But off the bat, dude, when he fucking he was doing it in sync, everyone in the fucking theater lost it.
How wet is Vex gonna be when she sees Henry Cavill as fucking Wolverine variant? That is, I would love to be in the puddle that she leaves on the movie theater seat.
Well,
man,
off the bat, the fact that he used fucking Logan's corpse to fuck from Logan to fucking murder 50 guys, I was screaming laughing. I mean, come on, man. Like that right there is fucking comedy gold. But yes, obviously before he gets to this Wolverine, and if you're not the biggest comic book fan, I know some comic books, they showed how many fucking different versions of Hugh Jackman, ones with patch. Was it when he shows the Hulk, he's like, hey, you're wearing a fucking brown, because when Wolverine first came into comics, he fought the Hulk, he was wearing the brown outfit, he wasn't wearing the yellow. That's a good callback by Ryan Reynolds.
Incorrect.
I thought the first time he fought, it was
nope,
wrong then.
Sorry. It was yellow.
It was yellow. At some point, they did fight when it was brown, but I did like
you're thinking of that cartoon they made.
Probably, okay. But yeah, when he first fucking hops right and you see someone smoking a cigar, because first you just see a back shot. I'm looking over, I'm like, that's not Hugh Jackman. But I wasn't sure because rumors were Carl Urban. I'm like, but that dude seems too big to call Urban. They come back 2 fucking shots later. He turns around and I'm like, oh shit, because there were so many rumors, like supposedly was it fucking Ben Affleck's Daredevil didn't pop up. I did hear rumors about Elektra, fucking Jennifer Garner. What I lost my shit seeing fucking Wesley Snipes. I'm like, yo.
By the way, fucking TikTok, you suck, TikTok.
Yeah.
I had so much shit spoiled for me just being on random TikTok, and no matter how fast I tried to swipe up and get rid of it, I know. Thanks, Mr. E.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. He's a normie. He's sort of a normie. He thinks he's one of us, but he's actually kind of a normie.
First appearance.
But yeah, there's so much, and it's not key jangling. It's not done in the shitty way that a lot of other movies like Multiverse of Madness did, or again to keep shitting on Flash, because we need to keep shitting on Flash. They didn't do it in that way. They brought the people back. They look like they're supposed to look. They are the people that they are supposed to be, and with the exception of one character who
there we go.
And they even make a joke about it. He's like, oh, you must be this version's dead or Juggernaut. Because Juggernaut's been played by like 3 or 4 different people anyways, so it doesn't matter. And they make all of the tongue-in-cheek references, all of the stuff. I'm gonna just go into what I liked about it and then what I didn't like, and then we can go from there. Does that sound good, Blue?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my few gripes, okay? And these might not even be gripes to other people. These are just my personal gripes. They are not objectively correct. They are subjective, so take it however you want to take it. So there is a scene where they have all these Deadpool variants pop up, and they got to kind of fight through them. I thought that was they could have cut that scene out. Like, it was funny. It was kind of cool, but it really could have been an extra that you saw in a limited edition or director's cut or something like that. Like, it really felt that way too. It really felt like they could have I know that they were trying to show that it was like one last thing they had to get to, but I mean, there's never really been a bunch of Deadpool variants. There's been no, that really felt tacked on I mean, some of it was funny. Lady Deadpool's played by Blake Lively.
Well, in
So
the
that's kind of
in the comic books, well, because of variants now, Deadpool does have like that many variants are in the comics because that's the current comic world. They got multiverses. Like when you have like Deadpool kills the Marvel universe, but Deadpool, there is Dogpool, there is Lady Deadpool, there's like
right. But in this, the way that they used it in here is
yeah,
I guess what I'm getting at.
yeah.
So that was, and it was a little overlong, and it really they grind that Like a Prayer Madonna song into the fucking ground. I This is a common gripe for me. The big bad was OP as fuck. She's sort of OP in the comics, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like just someone that can just flail somebody's skin at the drop of a hat with just waving her hands, it makes them way too fucking OP. I don't like when your villain should be difficult. Your villain should be, a challenge. You don't want a weak sauce villain, but at the same time, you don't want them so OP as fuck that you can't, you know what I mean? Like with Thanos, you could take on Thanos with enough characters. He was super strong. He had a bunch of infinity rings or, infinity stones in his gauntlet. So yeah, he was definitely a challenge, but even Tony Stark and, to a lesser degree, Doctor Strange one-on-one could kind of, this chick is just this bossa nova chick.
But yeah, to her credit though, she is from the comics though.
No, she's from the comics. Yeah, I'm not saying she's not, but at the same time, she's so fucking over the top OP that it's just like, it takes away a little bit of the of the realism, if you can even apply that word. Well, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, which I get that. See, that's the problem I have with Scarlet Witch. The Scarlet Witch, people get pissed off. She could take on Thanos, but in the comics, she is that fucking powerful. The Captain Marvel isn't, but Scarlet Witch is the bitch can bend reality. Like it's
right.
With this, I took this as what if Xavier was actually pissed off? The thing is, Xavier is this strong, but Xavier's always holding himself fucking back. So I took it as like, this is Xavier if he actually wanted to fucking try, just showing how really fucking raw he is, but he doesn't do this on purpose. So this is just like, because I still think that if she fought Xavier, he'd beat her, but like this, he's not there, obviously. So,
right.
But I see what you're saying, but they still beat her though. I mean, in fact, and that I like because remember, they could have killed her, and that's part of Logan's fucking journey. He's like, you know what, man? Remember, with every fucking bone in my body, I want to kill you, but your brother wouldn't want me to. And he goes, you know what? He's like, my favorite line of the film, he goes, at the end of the fucking day, I'm still an X-Man. And I'm like, oh shit, man. And he let her live because that's what Xavier.
No, that was great. And that's actually in my, that's part of my prose. And then my last gripe, and this is not a big one because it's not every scene, but some of the action set pieces are a little busy. And yeah, no, I don't need Zack Snyder slow-mo and everything, but like some of the stuff that's happening, your eyes kind of can't take it all in. I had kind of the same problem with Endgame where there's like so much shit happening. It's kind of hard for you to watch the stuff that's like one-on-one, like when the multiple times that Deadpool and Wolverine go at it and the Wolverine variants. It's definitely something that you see what's happening. It's extremely well choreographed and well done. But like the big fight at the end with the Resistance team of Gambit, Blade, X2, and Elektra, so much stuff is happening with so many different random villains that it's really hard to kind of it's kind of hard to understand what you're seeing. It's a little busy, but not in a bad way. I don't. Again, it, like I said, that might lend itself to repeated viewing, and those are really my only gripes. Do you have any gripes you want to get into?
Not the best scene right there, but the fact that she did that in the fucking movie was pretty cool. Like she would fucking, because she says that. Well,
oh sure, yeah.
No, I say I was fond of his character. I did think that like I said, the cameos like Channing Tatum is fucking Gambit. That's been teased by fans for like the past decade. And I do think that also his Gambit wasn't just a fucking joke. Gambit is a fucking beast, and they showed how nasty Gambit can be. His fight scene was pretty fucking cool. And I did like I did like the small joke because reportedly Ryan Reynolds had a bad time with Wesley Snipes on fucking Blade Trinity. And one point he goes, I don't like you. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool's like, he's like, you've always not liked me.
Yeah, you've never liked me.
Oh shit. Yeah, it was. And also, when I first heard him, like, I know that's fucking Chris Evans, and I'm like, and for a second, I'm like, is he gonna come back as holy fuck? They pulled out the Human Torch. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit. But yeah, but dude, when She-Rocky ripped his skin off though, that's why I told you what the fuck with the post-credit scene. That paid off though.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I'm glad I waited for the post credit scene, which I
Yeah.
don't think we should spoil that. Let people watch that.
Well,
Uh,
we're in spoilers now, but well, I figured like the thing is, and it's not their fault to these guys because I'm sure they probably reached out to everybody, but like only Chris Evans will come back because it's it just part of me wishes it would have been cool to see all Fantastic Four because Fantastic Four was part of Fox, but like it comes down to which actors can we get to come back because like you said, they showed Juggernaut, but it wasn't Vinny Jones Juggernaut. They probably couldn't get him. They showed Psylocke, but it wasn't fucking what's her face. I forgot her name there. Olivia Munn, Psylocke. So
yeah,
it's like,
that's true. That's
yeah,
true.
I figured that these guys, they got the actors they can fucking get back. And,
I mean, they got most of them. They got a lot. They got way more
yeah.
of them than I would have anticipated. They got, what's his name? Oh, it's not. I don't know all these people's names.
That's I
By
like
heart.
that. I like that line.
Oh yeah. So yeah, and with the meta, you need Deadpool for these kind of meta, these inside jokes. When he says that, when Blade says that, like, I'm there's only one. This belonged to Punisher, this rocket launcher, and it's like, oh, which one? There's like 5 of them. Well, there's only one Blade, and there always will be just one
Yeah.
Blade. And Ryan Reynolds kind of looks at the camera like, yeah, you see what we did there.
Yeah.
I like that. There's a lot of that. Before I go to my pros, you want to talk about your gripes if there are any?
No, I said my own gripes is like I said, because the action sequences, I did like every time these two went at it. I wish Colossus would have had a fucking fight scene. Like honestly, when these two fucking fought the Deadpool variants, if Colossus would have came in and started fucking like haymakering guys or cutting guys in half, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that was going to happen. Hi, Lewis Berry. I was kind of thinking that at the end when they fight all the Deadpools, that his whole, the people he was saving in his timeline were all going to jump up.
The fact that he said that too.
Yeah, they get to say that line. They pay that line off.
Yeah, definitely. No, see, that's my own grip. No, see, I liked, the character development between even both of them, between Wolverine and Deadpool. I loved it. And yes, that's my only gripe is I wish Negasonic never used her powers because remember in the first film, she's fucking powerful. And boy, she didn't use her powers at all. So
yeah, I would have liked to them be overwhelmed by all the Deadpool variants and then like all of his team of his universe, Negasonic, Colossus, Kumiko, Yukio, whatever his name is.
And it sucks too not having fucking. I was hoping to have seen Josh Brolin. I'm like, yeah, like Josh Brolin wasn't in it, and I was expecting like to see like maybe Halle Berry, James Marsden, but none of the Fox X-Men showed up though, which I'm just like, I guess, that's my only complaint. Is like because it would have been a chef's kiss because you've seen this at the post credit scene. I love the whole showing Hugh Jackman on set for the first X-Men film, and they're showing every X-Men movie since fucking the very first film, from the First Class to fucking to every single actor that's ever been in an X-Men movie up until Apocalypse, like Days of Futures Past, up until Deadpool 1 and 2, even Origins. So showing all these actors, it just would have been cool to see them for like one more time. But like, I don't get it. Like, I would have liked to see a big, massive like X-Men fucking blowout battle, But,
yeah, they did what they could,
No, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it came down to actors and fucking timing, and you can't make an actor come back. So obviously, Wesley Snipes wanted to, but let's see any other cameos.
Did you have some gripes?
No, I said my own gripe is just I wish Colossus and Negasonic had more airtime. But other than that, no, I think I like this. I would say for me, this is my No Way Home. I like this. I like this better than Deadpool 2. I think it's on par with Deadpool 1. And of course, and we'll get into it, man. When Hugh pulled it down, the fucking theater lost it, man. When the mask came down, you're like, oh shit. Like that whole fucking scene. Yeah, it was silly, but seeing Wolverine with the fucking mask on, just wiping out fucking Deadpools left and right and killing these fucking guys, you're like, oh goddamn, man. It was badass. Do you think that was Hemsworth? Actually, I couldn't tell if that was just old footage or not.
Yeah, it was Hemsworth.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if that was like recycled footage from a previous movie.
I mean, it might have been recycled footage, but it was definitely Hemsworth. It looked like it might have been pulled from Thor Dark World.
That's what I thought too. Yeah,
I think, but you'd need somebody smarter than me who knows better as the inside dope. It wouldn't be beyond Hemsworth to just pop in and do that. I think he would do that.
Yeah. I did like seeing John Favreau too. Cool seeing him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Favreau was great in that they have a good arc. They bring them both on a good arc. So I'm going to talk. And speaking of which, so I love the fourth wall breaks. I don't like fourth wall breaks in cheese if it's not done right, but if it is done right, I do like it. I don't think anybody does the fourth wall break better than Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool's character. And Deadpool's character does it in the comics, so it's very on brand, and they really use it to good. Great line. It's Batman, but he can move his neck. They use it to great effect in this movie. I laughed harder than I think. I am very good at shooting my own rapid fire jokes and my quips. So I'm also very good at hearing rapid fire jokes and quips. I know the Critical Drinker and a couple other YouTubers have said that Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is good in small doses, but it gets exhausting after a while. I think the complete opposite. I love hearing all of his shit. I love hearing him fire him off as fast as possible. And all of the stuff was on brand. I never get tired of that. I did not get any Deadpool fatigue, although for a 2-hour and 45-minute movie, you could see how that could be a thing. Here's a counterpoint to that. Hugh Jackman as Logan, it could have been really easy for them to delve into camp and have him do a bunch of meta shit like they've been doing the last month or two with their Secret Wars commercial that tells you to silence your cell phone. They could have easily done that, and especially with the fact of all the Wolverine variants that fuck up Ryan Reynolds. They easily could have done that, and they did not do that. And instead, I think Hugh Jackman really gave his performance here an equal amount of gravitas that he's done in X-Men Last Stand and even Logan. I'm going to even go out on a limb and say he's just as severe in this. They don't exactly say why. They kind of dance around it a little bit. I mean, basically, the thing is his variation. He's running off doing his own adventures, which is on brand with the comic. He did used to do that. All the X-Men get killed, and in revenge of that, he goes and kills a bunch of humans. And that kind of turns everybody against mutants. He's kind of a well-known, piece of shit in his universe, just getting drunk and stuff like that. So, it's definitely one of those things where he's a good counterbalance to Reynolds. I like what they do. I'm glad it was definitely not a letdown. I also like the fact that it's not an easy thing. They don't have one quick, hey, we're both heroes, but we got to fight for a minute and then we're going to be on the same side and buddies for the rest of the thing. They fight like multiple times, and they get really sick of each other. And there's a scene in which Logan really fucking takes the piss out of Deadpool, calling him on a lot of his bullshit.
That one scene when fucking Logan, like he in the car scene, he fucking laid into him,
unloads him, and you think now. And I was bracing myself, literally bracing myself for please don't fucking do an MCU bullshit thing. Now maybe Feige and the team have learned their lesson, or maybe Reynolds just had a really good, maybe he just has a really good control over his IP. Whatever the reason, that thing that a lot of people complain about is that the MCU has a bad tendency to take a serious, thought-provoking, character-building scene and then hitting it with some quippy Joss Whedon-esque dialogue. And I'm a big fan of Joss Whedon, by the way. And doing that to kind of take the piss out of the scene, it really gets old. They didn't do that. Deadpool comes back with, now I'm going to fuck you up. And there's humor in the ridiculousness of the scene, because just through the fact that these are both two indestructible mutants, just like effectively just keep killing each other over and over again. So it's just like neither of them really getting the upper hand because they're so equal in everything that they do. But the scene does have a lot of, and then things aren't just easily fixed. After that, Logan's still kind of like, man, fuck this shit. It doesn't switch from, no, I don't want to be a hero. Oh, okay, let's fucking go. No, it's more like he needs a lot of reinforcements with that stuff. So when you see him pop up out of the back of the minivan for that final boss fight, you're kind of, and then later in the subsequent final fight, you kind of see him, he's changed a little. He pulls a little Captain America, Hail Hydra scene by just using the Deadpool variant's one weakness against them. So yeah, no, yep, there you go. So I like that. I like the character development. I like everything that they do. My complaints are my complaints. Maybe you don't think that. Maybe you like all the Deadpools. Maybe you don't think the big bad was too OP. And maybe some of the action isn't too big. Maybe my old eyes just couldn't quite absorb it. And maybe I was just looking for the cameos, so that's why. But I liked everything that they did. Everybody took it really fucking seriously, up to and including Daphne Keene as X30. What is she? X27?
X23.
X23, sorry.
No.
As X23, I mean, she's basically just this grown-up hottie version of the little girl from Logan, and she's not a boss babe character, man. She's a side character. These variants of Blade, Elektra, Gambit, they're just, they're like, listen, we just want to go out in style. We want our final shot. Yeah, the Gambit thing is pretty funny. It's one thing I like about Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum is good at making fun of himself, and he's no different here. He does do a really good job of laughing at himself, laughing at the failed Gambit, never happened spinoff thing. The fact that Gambit's accent is really fucking ridiculous, and how you can't understand anything that he's saying, but he's still badass as fuck. So yeah, I liked it. I liked what they did with that. And again, as I said in my earlier portion of the review, I'm going to go back and see this. I'm going to watch it again. I did have to suck down a couple energy drinks to get through these couple days where I'm working and then doing YouTube and then working again. So I did have to miss a couple things. I hope they weren't too crucial when I got up to relieve my old man bladder. But, for the most part, I have zero complaints. Again, as Melvin proved, it's not for everybody. But then again, Melvin Deeply, to be honest, dude, you don't like anything. So, I mean, I don't know. And that's not me taking the piss out of you. I'm an old curmudgeon in a lot of ways too, but this is a great, fun movie. It's the best of the Deadpools. It's one of the best of the MCU. And I will definitely be watching it again. I could not be happier. And I disagree with my partner here. I do think this might well revive the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And if they do, and they can do more like these, God bless them. I'm happy with it.
There's a fucking even yesterday, see people do shit like this, being more in spoiler territory. Like, why show shit like that yesterday? Except for an asshole. But, yeah. No, that's what I said. People will complain about Deadpool over joking and overdoing the fourth wall, and I would disagree that there's sometimes a good 10 minutes where he's actually not breaking the fourth wall, not joking. Like you said, the scene in the fucking car with seeing him and Logan talking to X23, because remember her Wolverine's dead. This is not her Wolverine. Hugh Jackman and even Ryan Reynolds, when he's getting serious with Vanessa, that's why they broke up for. They actually have some very good serious fucking moments in this movie, which shocked me. So it's like it's not 2 hours of nonstop fucking fourth wall breaking. I would say in comparison to the comics, he actually doesn't break the fourth wall nowhere near as much as he does in some comics or some cartoons. There is comedy there, but this film's got, for what it is, a lot of seriousness to it. And I think and like when a film has these very serious moments, that adds to the action and that adds to the comedy when it's there. But it's not fucking 2 hours of punchlines. I would easily debate that. If I guarantee you, when somebody goes through this shit on digital and watch it again, you can break down how like there'll be a 10-minute scene where it's just pure serious and their character building. And yeah, I was fine with that. So
for sure,
for sure. But I think that's all we can talk about, man. I mean, we've kind of killed it to death, and that's it. We got a good hour done. So.
Yeah, I hope you guys like this review. If you've stuck with us this long, even if we've spoiled some, maybe you've seen it, maybe you're going to go see it again. Tell us in the comments. This is going to get posted live. If you are one of the people that did bow out and you came back, let us know what you guys thought about it. Leave a comment, leave a like. If you're not already subscribed, I don't know what you're doing here, but please go ahead and subscribe. My partner's too proud to ask for that, but I'm not too proud to beg, as TLC is wanting to say. And let us know who you would have liked to have seen in that.
Yeah.
Are you happy that Deadpool has stayed R-rated? Are you happy that Hugh Jackman is back in the fold, at least for now? Let us know.
I would say that it might be an unpopular opinion, but like if most trilogy should end in a trilogy, and I love like, Hugh to death, love Ryan Reynolds to death. They're both pushing 60. And do I want to see Hugh Jackman at 65 playing Wolverine fighting the Hulk? I just, like for me, I wish if this is the swan song, the goodbye, I'm happy with that. I would say that too much of good thing can get bad. And now if like
Oh, sure.
if
Yeah, sure.
they do Secret Wars, if seeing these two coming back in the MCU, I'm not sure I want that. I kind of like I would like to just watch this as a trilogy and end this as a trilogy. And sometimes people you do run the risk of overstaying your welcome, and not to Hugh Jackman's fault because it took 25 years to get this to happen with these two. But if this was going to be the ending, let this be the ending. I don't need to see Wolverine that fucking old fighting in the MCU because Hugh Jackman at some point he holds his own. He does good fight scenes when he's on screen, but like the guy can't move like when he's in his 30s. It at some point you eventually have to cast new actors. I personally would like this to be the farewell for these two.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, if they come back, I'll still support them if you do see Deadpool fucking fighting Spider-Man or something, or if Wolverine wants to fight the Hulk, fine. I can't stop that. But like I said, why not let this it took this long for these two to finally team up, and this is the best we can get out of these two. Why not let this be their goodbye? They had a happy ending, everyone's happy. Don't kill don't kill the good name because this is a highlight for Marvel. But of course, they keep fucking throwing more zeros at Hugh Jackman, man, and Ryan Reynolds. I mean, they won't stop, but for many ways, I hope this is the end for these two.
Are you not wanting to see like a Secret Wars thing going on with them? Are you
Like
are you
I
not
said,
interested in
see,
that?
the problem is like I said, the Secret Wars would have been good a decade ago. But
Okay.
both these two, yes, Hugh Jackman, you see with his shirt off, he looks fucking great for his age,
Hell yeah.
But at some point, Hugh Jackman's gonna be fucking 60. Ryan Reynolds is in his 50s now. At some point, it's just gonna get it is. I mean, it's one thing like Robert Downey could be in a suit. I mean, yeah, Hugh Jackman will have a stunt double, but I need to see Wolverine at 60 fucking years old fighting the Hulk? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like because Logan had such a perfect send off, and now this is a Logan adjacent send off. Don't fucking taint it because that I am worried. I am worried that like that now this is going to do so well. Marvel will get the wrong message where hey, this is a fucking $1 billion movie. Now let's throw these fucking two everywhere. Now you're going to fucking destroy what these guys just built up. So
Yeah.
I hope
I
I'm
hear
wrong,
you.
but
I hear you.
exactly
All right,
said
buddy.
that felt like that scene was just pointless. I mean,
Okay.
but yeah.
Well, fair enough. At the end of the day, listen, me and Chris are not lovers, and we are not twins, and we do not listen. He's gonna like what he likes, and I'm gonna like what I like. Do
Yeah.
we agree a lot? Yeah, we do. We do agree quite a bit, more often than we don't.
Yeah.
But we don't always agree on everything. So yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think and I think this is one of those cases where we don't 100% agree. I think we both agree it's a great movie. But I don't know if we both agree exactly. I think Chris doesn't think that it's possible to rebuild or fix the MCU. I think he can. What did we think about Wesley saying there would only be one Blade Deadpool?
it
Looks
was
at the camera.
just
Yeah, as I just said a little bit ago, I thought that was fucking magic.
Yeah.
I hope they have the balls to do it. Listen, just keep Wesley Snipes as an aged Blade.
No,
Just
I know mystery. I'm
yeah.
just saying, but but Hugh he looks good for his age. That's what I'm saying. Like Sylvester
Yeah,
Stallone.
you
Sylvester
can have
Stallone.
a aged gunslinger
Yeah,
Blade. You can have that. He's fine to keep
I
that.
know.
He's a little skinny. He might need to get on some testosterone.
Mm.
But other than that, he's still killing it. Like just
Yeah.
listen, it ain't broke. Quit trying to reinvent Blade. It's
Yeah.
fine the way it is.
I know. No, I mean, every part. I will go support a new film with these two. I worry at some point it is because also like boxers, like wrestlers, like some athletes go on way longer than they should.
Sure,
And
you're
have
right.
to, and
Yeah, you're right.
that's my fucking premise, guys. And listen, at some point, come on, and it is a joke about Blade and Hugh Jack and Wolverine, but also how many Spider-Man have we had? How many Batman have we had? How many Jokers have
You're
we
right.
had?
You're right.
The fact that Hugh Jackman lasted this long is a fucking miracle of our lifetimes. But at some point, guys, it's like when is it time to just enough is enough? So I said, let for me, if this is a trilogy and this is the finale, I'm cool with that.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I don't think there's anything more to say.
Yeah, you can check it out on replay, Dukes. We're about to head out because we don't want to milk this too long. But no, guys, thank you so much for fucking watching. Really appreciate it. And you can't part it now. But Yeah, I mean, but his fight scene was fucking cool. Like the way he had his staff, Gambit was putting the work in, and he didn't overstay his welcome. And
Right.
Blade still had a good fight scene, but but also go watch this and go watch Blade 1. I'm saying Snipes is the guy slowing down. It's life, guys. I mean, don't act like at 70 you could throw a fucking punch the same way you could at 30. I mean, Snipes moves good for a guy his age. But go watch fucking Blade 1 and then watch this. It's there,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right, guys. Yeah. So we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Hope you had the spoiler warning, guys, and we'll see you later. So go check out Deadpool and Wolverine.